Hi guys, we are going to do one of my favorite lessons now, and it is find the area of combined rectangles, and it is lesson 13.3 and it is on page 729. So go ahead and go to 729 and here we go. The essential question is, how can you find the area of combined rectangles? Now, we learned in the last lesson, finding the area of a rectangle is pretty simple. We just multiply the base times the height, or the length times the width, whatever way you want to look at it. Sometimes though, they put rectangles together and we have to find the area of this whole entire thing. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. So let's get started. All right, so it says, let me check and see if you guys can see. Yeah, it's iffy. It's really cloudy and rainy right now. Today is, I don't know what day it is. It's Thursday, I think. Yes, it's Thursday. And it's rainy and yucky outside, so I don't have the sunshine to help with the lighting on the video. So it says, Jan is visiting a botanical garden with her family. The diagram shows two rectangular sections of the garden. What is the total area of the two sections? And like I said a second ago, there are different ways to find the area of combined rectangles. So I have drawn a similar diagram here. So this one down here, this section is the herb garden, and the one on top is the rose garden. And so what we're going to have to do is find the area of the rose garden and find the area of the herb garden and then add them together. However, we've got to figure out what numbers to use, because if you notice, there's numbers all over this thing. So, whoops. One way you can do it is draw it on grid paper, which they have done for us here. And you can find the rose garden by multiplying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 3. So the area of the rose garden would be 8 times 3, which is 24 square meters. And then the herb garden is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be 16 square meters. So 24 plus 16 equals 40 square meters. Now, let me see here. Okay, you can also use the area of a, if you don't have grid paper, you can use the area formula. So, but the tricky part is, if we look at this image I've drawn, and we see that there's a 7 over here, but that 7 includes both this 3 and this 4. So like if you took this 3 meters and lined it up where it was with this 4 meters together, they would combine to form 7 meters. So we don't use that 7 for anything because, but later we can use it to figure out missing parts. So we would use the 8 runs the entire length of the rose garden, not the rose garden. And then the 3 runs the height. So 8 times 3 would be the rose garden, which would be 24. And then the herb garden, we have a base of 4 and a height of 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. When you add those 24 plus 16, you get 40. So 40 square meters. Is there another way that you could figure out the area of this rose garden? So could we find the area of this entire garden, including this missing piece, and then find what the area of the missing piece is and take it away? So if we go, okay, 8 times 7 is 56, right? And then the base and height of this section are 4 and 4, so 4 times 4 is 16. And then we take away that 16, that would leave us with 40, which is going to be everything else, okay? So that is another way you can do it. You can find the area of the entire thing, including space that's not used for a garden, and then take away what isn't used for the garden. Okay, so Greg is laying carpet in the space outside his laundry room. The diagram shows where the carpet will be installed. The space is made of combined rectangles. What is the area of the carpeted space? So let's make this bigger here so we can see. So this is our figure, and I see here that this entire base here is 24, and this height is 17. But what we can do is split this into 2 rectangles. Now we just have, if we split it into 2 rectangles, we just have to figure out what number is the true base and height of each rectangle. And so I can, for this bottom rectangle, I see that 9 is the height here, and 24 would be the base. So to find this one, it would be 24 times 9. This one though, I can't use 17 because that 17, part of the 17 is down in the lower rectangle. So I have to use this side over here as my height, which I see is 8. But I can also figure out that was 8 because 17 minus the 9 foot is 8 foot. So for that top one, I'm going to have to multiply 16 times 8. And then once I have the bottom rectangle and the top, I can add them together. So let's see what they have. So we can go 8 times 16 and oh, they did a different way. Okay. All right, let's do it there. Well, yeah, let's do it their way. Okay, so let me back up here. All right. See, there's more than one way to look at this. Okay, so they split this into a section. They just split off this section here. So this would be 16 times 17 would give us box B. 16 times 17. And then this one would be 8 times 9. And 8 times 9 is 72. And then 16 times 17. Let's do that here. 16 times 17. 7 times 6 is 42. Put down the 2, carry the 4. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 more is 11. Cross out the 4, 0 placeholder. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. And we add those together and we get 272. So 16 times 17 is 272. And then we have to add 72 plus 272. So I'm going to stack those over here. 272 plus 72. 2 plus 2 is 4. 7 plus 7 is 14. Put down the 4, carry the 1. So 344 square feet. Okay. You can also use subtraction by finding what 24 times 17 is. And that's going to give us this entire rectangle. And then, after we find that entire rectangle, we find what the area of this little section is and take it away. So 24 times 17 will give us the whole entire thing, including the missing spot. And then 8 times 8 will give us the part we need to subtract. So 8 times 8 is 64. 24 times 17. 7 times 4 is 28. Put down the 8, carry the 2. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Cross out the 2, 0 placeholder. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. When we add those together, we get 408. So 408 minus the 64, that was the empty space, will give us our answer, which should be 344, but let's check. 408 minus 64. 8 minus 4 is 4. And then 0 minus 6, we can't do that, so we need to borrow from the 4, make it a 3, make that 0 a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4, and then 3 minus nothing. So 344, so it matches up. So 2 different ways to do that problem. Let me make sure you guys are, yikes. I'm going to try and use a darker color maybe. Okay. So 344 square feet. Okay. Is there another way you could divide the figure to find the total area? Well, there is, because it's the first one that I did. So, you could divide with a horizontal line instead of a vertical line. Okay, so that's just what we'll put. Yes, I could divide it into 2 rectangles that are, we'll put, so would be, if we did that, it would be 16 by 8 and 24 by 9. 16 times 8 and 24 times by 9. Okay. Let me just see. I can see super quick if that will work. 16 times 8 and 24 times 9. What should they come out to be? 344. So let's see. 8 times 6 is 48. Put down the 8, carry the 4. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. 9 times 4 is 36. Put down the 6, carry the 3. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. 216 plus 128. 8 plus 6 is 14. Put down the 4, carry the 1. 2, 3, 4, and 2 plus 1. So yes, we can make it into two rectangles that are 16 by 8 and 24 by 9. Okay. Explain how to find the total area of this figure. Okay, we're going to make this quick. We're going to say, find, let me make this bigger. Find the area of the orange rectangle, find the area of the green rectangle, then add them together. Find the area of the orange rectangle and green rectangle, then add the two areas together. So find the area of the orange what in the world did I spell orange? I was trying to spell orange and angle at the same time. Okay, so let me get rid of that L. Find the area of the orange rectangle and the green rectangle, then add the two areas together. Okay. So next, we need to find the area of the combined rectangles. Okay, so I'm going to draw a horizontal line right here and multiply 3 times 12 to get this top rectangle. And then I'm going to multiply 6 times 6 to get the bottom rectangle. Why didn't I use 9? Because 9 is part of both of our rectangles, right? So we only are going to use the parts, the numbers that exist only for the rectangle we're finding the area of. So 3 times 12 is 36, and 6 times 6 is 36. So 36 plus 36 is 72 millimeters. And since we're doing area and we're multiplying 2 digits for each rectangle, we're going to use that squared. Okay. Next, let's see, let's draw a line. Let's do a line, vertical line right here. So I can see that 8 times 7, a base of 8 and a height of 7, which is 56 miles for that one. And then 10 times 9 for this one will give me 90 miles. And 90 plus 56 will give me 146. So 146 miles squared. Okay? So we didn't even use that little 2, right? Because the 2 is part of the 9 that we used here. Okay. We could have used the 2 if we would have split it a different way. Okay. So I just think these are so fun. It's kind of like being like a detective. We're area detectives. Okay. Now we're going to have to do 3. Okay, so let's do, let's see here. Let's do this and this. Okay, so now for this first rectangle, it's going to be 8 times 4, right? Because that, what in the world is that? Okay, 8 is my height times 4 is my base. So that would be 32 feet. And then over here is the same. 4 and 8, so 32. Now, but I've got this guy in the middle, and I have to figure out how tall one of these lines is, right? So I can't just guess, I have to figure it out. So if I see that this line here is 8 feet, and this line here is 4 feet, how long does this line have to be? Has to be 4, right? Because 4 plus 4 equals 8. So this is 4 feet right here on this side. So I'm going to use the 4 feet and then the 8 feet, and that is 32 feet. So then we have 32, 32, and 32. So I can find this by multiplying 32 times 3, and that will give me 96 feet squared. Okay, you guys seeing how we're doing this? Okay, it is your turn to try some of these. So go ahead and pause and see if you can do these on your own, and then come back in a moment and we'll figure out if you did it right. Okay. Find the area of combined rectangles. Math practice, attend to precision. Jamie's mom wants to enlarge her rectangular garden by adding a new rectangular section. The garden is now 96 square yards. What will the total area of the garden be after she adds the new section? Okay, so this 12 times 8 is the where they got the 96 square yards, okay? The new section is 14 by 6. So let's do 14 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Put down the 4, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. So the new section's going to be 84, but it wants to know what will the total area be after she adds the new section. So we are adding 96 plus 84. So let's do that in this margin over here. 96 plus 84 is going to be 180 equals 180 yards squared. Okay. Explain how to find the perimeter and the area of the combined rectangles to the right. So the perimeter, of course, we find by adding up all of the sides. I'm going to quickly draw this figure on the board so I can, so you guys can see it well. So it's going to be a great big rectangle, and then I'm going to take out a chunk of it. Okay, and then I'm going to take out a chunk like this. Okay. Okay, so over here we have 9 feet, and then we have 12 feet here, and then we have 4 foot here, and here is also 4 feet, okay? So what I'm going to do on this one is find the area of 12 times 9, and then find the area of this little section and take it away. So explain how to find the perimeter and the area of the combined rectangles. So we'll do area first. Area, find the area of 12 by 9, then subtract the area of the missing part, 4 times 4. So let's do that real quick. Okay, 12 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18, put down the 8, carry the 1. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 more is 10. And then 4 times 4 is 16. So we're going to take away 16. 8 minus 6 is 2. 10 minus 1. So 92 square feet is the area. Area equals 92 square feet. Now with the perimeter, we have to fill in the missing spots, the missing numbers. Okay, so let me get this off of here so we won't be confused. Okay, so to find the perimeter, first we need to figure out what the length is of this. And if I know that this is 9 and this is 4, what is the difference in 9 and 4? It would be 5, right? So this wall right here is 5 feet. And then over here, we need to figure out what this wall is. So know this long wall, this long horizontal wall is 12, and this is 4. So this has to be the difference in 12 and 4, which is 8 feet. So now, let's see if we're missing anything. Do we have numbers on all the walls? Yes, we do. So to find the perimeter, we're going to add 12 and 5, which is 17, plus 4 and 4, which is 8. 17 and 8 is 25, plus 8 more, plus 9. So 25 plus 17 would be 42 feet would be the perimeter. So if you were walking around this, you would first walk 9 feet, then 8 feet. That's a 17. Then you would walk 8 more feet, and then 5 feet, and then 12 feet, and that would get you up to 42 total feet. Yep, that's it. Okay. For perimeter, we would fill in the measure of the missing sides, then add them all together. P equals 42 feet. All right. So if you did this on your own, you should have gotten the area is 92 square feet and the perimeter is 42 feet. Let's look at your assignment real quick, which is page number 729. And they've showed you an example in here. So, so you can either split this one like this, or split this like this, whichever you would prefer, and then find the area of the two rectangles, add them together, or you can find the area of this entire big rectangle, then find the area of this guy and subtract it. Okay? Let's see here. All right. I think you guys can do it. If you have questions, don't forget you can call me, and I can help you. That's it. Only one more video after this one. So talk to you soon.